Water. Grandmaster Raman Ra here, coming to you live from Nairobi, Kenya, where I've just arrived. And because I have a little clout, I was actually given a room at 6:30 in the morning. Um, I wanted to come on again and continue with the video and give a shout out Moriba Morta and the queen of the show, Evalyne. Thank you guys for the support, and we really appreciate that as we move forward. It's that what is what drives me. As I've said many times, we're going to really. I envision that we're going to expand this channel one day because we're going to get like 5, 6 guys that's going to say, let's just keep on supporting him and see what happens. But I'm here in Nairobi to do some business meetings, and I have to pay for my trip out of my own pocket. But the meetings are so very important that by the time the end of the year is over, should have been able to pay for this trip 4, 5, and 6 times over. Hopefully, that's just the world of business. JB, did you take the bus there? Yeah, I took the bus. I always take the bus because I can sleep on the bus. See how fresh I am, and sleeping on the bus. And we took a video at the last coming into Nairobi, but unfortunately it was a little bit cloudy and the sun had not come out yet, so we couldn't really get a good view. I don't know. I haven't seen the video again. I had to go back and check it out. But this today's topic is about how deep is this crisis, this identity crisis that we have in the United States. Now, everything wrong with the United States for Black people is because we don't know who we are. Everything wrong in our lives as Black people in the United States is because we don't know who we are. We really have a serious identity crisis. And this identity crisis is something that once you start to look at it, your eyes will start opening up. And this is actually the key to everything, because you're in America, so many frustrations, and then what can you do about it? What can you do about it? I was watching this video of Dr. Boyce Watkins. I don't know if it was a new one or an old one, where he was talking about how the policeman just pulled him over and started asking him all these questions. And Boyce Watkins, he's living off of that thing of I'm a good Black man, so therefore nothing really can happen to me. I can talk to the police because at the bottom line I'm innocent. And this is the way he comes off. Most of the guys, usually come off with, I'm on the right side of justice. I'm on the right side of the law. But I'm here to tell you that justice, that's nonsense. That's bullshit. What's justice? There is no such a thing as a justice. Yes. Where you get satisfied for whatever wrong that was done to you. It's an interpretation of somebody's interpretation of what they think is justifiable circumstances, or that make them feel like, okay, this will take care of that. But I'm here to tell you another major point, that this is justice. What is that? So we talk about the justice system, and white people have fooled us completely with this idea that they can come up with with the wrong, and then say, you know, what's justice, what's justifiable to make that wrong right. And most of the time, it's against, it's not in our favor. So I was watching a voice video. I don't know how long ago it was. But the policeman pulled him over and started asking him, uh, "What is your name? What? Where do you work? Where is your what type of degree do you have? What department is that?" The policeman was well versed with the area and took Boyce down this long road of questioning, where Boyce continued to answer all of the policeman's questions. I don't know whatever happened at the end of the day, but uh, let's step back a minute now. Let's look at the policeman in himself. Now he's been given the authority to go and look around and find justice or find injustice. That's his mandate. Find something wrong and take the perpetrator to court. So this policeman is now there. He sees this guy and he starts asking him questions. And depending on how the guy asks the questions, the policeman continues down another row of questions. Now there are a lot of us that will be out there, and we're trying to do the right thing. I know there's many of you trying to be right. I got my ID, I got this, and I got my warrants taken care of now. So the policeman pulls you over, takes your ID, can't get you that way. But then he comes up with something else, and this is him trying to find some sort of injustice. But he's actually the one creating this scenario. America is so bad now that we are having people arrested and put in prison for non-violent offenses. It's not like in the 60s. I mean, you can just be with the wrong type of drugs, or you can talk to the policeman the wrong kind of way, and you're in big trouble, buddy. Uh, and This is the life that we're getting more and more. I mean, we continually see on TV these, look what they did to us. The policeman lied on camera. The policeman covered his body cam. The policeman slammed the guy to the ground for no reason. We're gonna get so many of these. And what about the ones that are not on video? My goodness. The problem with us is because we don't know who we are. We think we are Black Americans. Now you might say, no, I decided I'm going to be African. But I mean, how far do you extend that? Because if you look at the situation and you say, uh, I'm no longer a Black American by definition, but what the white man has given me, I am an African, the same as my ancestors when they was stepped off this boat in chains. They were Africans, and were later on beaten into becoming what we have today, African American, which has so much negative connotations to it, even the word. So even being called a Black American is not a positive thing. But here we are, 2020. Yes, thank you. Welcome and come back home. That one line really puts the the cherry on top. When you see an African or even a Kenyan saying, "Come on, brother," uh, that is the case. Now, let me give you a scenario. So you You get pulled over by the policeman, and the policeman starts asking you for ID and starts questioning you, and you can see this thing is he's trying to take this thing to go south. He's basically violating you. Where are you going? Who are you? You know, it's like he doesn't trust anything you say. Runs your ID twice, and he just can't let go of this piece of meat he's grabbed, and he's trying to figure out a way that he can take you in. And you're sitting there dealing with all of this. So at the end of the whole situation, the policeman has to let you go, and he drives off, and you're there, and you're like so mad, so frustrated. Why did this guy pick me? Why is he? I was doing nothing. Isn't that always the scenario? I did nothing wrong. It's not a matter of whether you did anything wrong. It's not a matter of justice or injustice. It's the fact that you labeled yourself as a Black American, and that comes with a lot of different stigmas. It comes with a lot of different, uh, you know, points of belief that we weigh into, or we try hard not to be like that. I pay my child support every time. No one can call me a deadbeat dad. Da, 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 da. And here we are trying to prove to the audience, whoever they are, that we are not like the stigma that I have accepted, Black American. So after the policeman drives away, you're frustrated. What do? You're mad as hell. Where do you go? You drive on home and get into your living room, and somehow things kind of mellow out. Your mind trying to kind of make sense of the thing, but it has happened to you, and for no reason. Well, I don't know about the voice like Dale and Creek, but Boyce is trying to play the "I'm a good Black man. I'm doing everything right. This is what you should follow," and then turn around, he's gonna get married. That's just getting himself into big trouble, and it doesn't represent the majority of us Black people. So there is my issue with Boyce Watkins. America treats Black Americans like Africans, regardless of what they choose to identify. It's not a matter of what they treat you, how they treat you. It's a matter of what you think in your mind. You see, it's what you think in your mind. Here's another example. So you're watching television, and you're watching Roland Martin. I was watching a Roland Martin situation, and boy, I'm so tired of these videos. But I was watching Roland Martin, and he had an expert, a political expert, Black guy. And the Black guy was spitting off, Hillary Clinton has now decided that she's going to go against Bernie Sanders. How do that help Black people? How do that help you and me? She decides that. And the political analyst is that the Democrats are pressing that they don't really want Bernie Sanders. How do that? What do that got? You're watching this show, and they're seriously talking about the politics and the candidates, as if you're ever going to meet them, as if they're ever going to do something for you. The problem is, 400 years, you got too much history now to prove. The proof is too much. They don't do nothing for Black people. Those Democratic people got together and decided that the Black situation is going to be off of the table. We're just not going to give it any airtime or discuss it. Why? Because we don't have power. Black Americans don't have power. You don't have clout. You might have a little vote here and there, but that's it. You're not donating. You over there voting for somebody at their campaign headquarters, hoping that they're gonna give you some money. If you go out and campaign for them, joking. I want you to see this silliness that you can watch that Roland Martin show for 30, 40 minutes while this black guy impresses you with all the political knowledge that he has about white people's politics. I mean, he going down the line, Elizabeth Martin, this and that, and this and that. He's got all of the details. But what the fuck does that have to do with the hood and the fact that the black community is disappearing? Umar Johnson was on there recently. I had to watch all these videos and talking about that he goes around to all the major cities, which he does. And everywhere he goes, he never found one black community where we own the supermarket or own the school or own any kind of businesses. Nowhere in America did he find this. The stigma of being a black American is horrible. And when these guys violate us like that and we get frustrated as a black American, what do you do? What is your recourse? You mad as hell. You want to beat up somebody. How can they be doing us? How can they be so unjust? I'm telling you, there's no such thing as justice. That's bullshit. There he is. Moriba, thank you for the super chat. Brother, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're going to have to get online and tell me how to pronounce that last name. Muata. Muata. It's Muata. Okay. I don't know why I'm reading. I'm reading in English, but I'm seeing it in Swahili. Okay. Yeah. Let's stop and think. See, right now, the Kenyans and the Africans that are on this chat, we're a good mix. They're saying that they can understand this. How can it be like that? How can the police be doing something like that? It's so much different in Africa. It is so much different. And I'm saying to you that when they do you like that, almost separate you from your family completely, like they did that black guy. They wanted to arrest him, and he was with his kids. They had no compassion at all for justice because it don't really exist. It's only about the numbers. The numbers. How many black people can we get into prison today? I mean, we all know that whites have privilege. We all know that the wealth gap for blacks and whites is ridiculously high. And it can't get like that without somebody manipulating it. The wealth gap can't be like that unless somebody is manipulating. But nobody want to talk about that. But I'm here to tell you, and he keep on reminding you, while that fucking guy is there giving you all the politics about the white man and telling you keeping you busy 30 minutes watching this show that had nothing to do with you. Meanwhile, the things that are going on in the black community and all these problems go untalked about. They go untalked about. The population decrease in black America amongst blacks, nobody want to talk about that. But every day you go around, you see less and less of us. Less and less of us. And without a black community, it's like nothing. Nothing we're doing. I was watching another video. This white lady was talking about she spent all her savings and bought 20 something acres of land and built up a farm. And she watched YouTube and got all her crop. It was a white lady, and she got all her crops out. She didn't have nobody to help her. She's just a white lady that's by herself. I don't know how to get that like that. But anyway, so she got all her crops right. And just when she was about to, about to get the first harvest, uh, it started to rain. Started to rain and rain and rain till it flooded 75% of all her whole property. So all her harvest was wiped out because the weather was so fucked up. That's America. And that's why they got to subsidize farmers in America. And they're going to do so forever because the weather is a tragedy. Do you know how much money the government spends bailing out farmers because here come a tornado? Imagine if the U.S. government didn't bail you out because of weather damage. Hmm? Fannie Mae and them. When you really go and talk to farmers, you see like there's a long history of disastrous weather conditions that ruin their whole crops. They go to the government, and the government says, "Here's some money to keep you going until the next harvest." That's what's going on because the land in America is terrible, but we don't see that. You know, we're buying all these coats and boots and thermal underwear, and you think that is the natural for black people. I don't know about white people, but you think that's natural for us. It's not. Whenever you go out and buy a heavy coat, you're just subjecting yourself to America because the weather in Africa is wonderful and it's conducive to our bodies. Even the air that you breathe is ours, and no one can take that from us. Contrary to popular belief, we have a place to go. So when that cop made you so frustrated and you were like, "What am I going to do? That pissed me off. I can't do it with my children, whatever. I can't even protect my children." You have a place to go. You have a land of your own where those fucked up white policemen ain't you're never gonna see them again. I haven't seen a white policeman in 30 years. No, not 30. 20, yeah, I would say 23 years. You know? I haven't seen a white policeman in 23 years. Or a police car. To show you how this lie of injustice is, uh, you go look at a police car from in the US and you go look inside and you see all of the materials they have there, guns, radios, all that is designed to find you. All of that is to capture you. That's their job. They sit in that car and drive around and they're trying to look for injustice. And there's no such thing as justice. For there to be injustice. Now coming over to Kenya, the policemen don't have police cars. They walk around on foot. Not that they can't afford police cars, but it's because the area is peaceful and there's no reason to disturb the people by running up on them. Where you just don't see that. Police knocking on somebody's door in Kenya. You just don't see that. People are respectful to one another. I got some jacked up neighbors around now, but I'm trying to deal with it. But that's in almost every neighborhood. You get the weird guy. But overall, besides my rooster, my resident, they killed my resident rooster, and now they replaced it with a younger one. And thank goodness this guy he crows like 4 times. That's it, and he only does it in the morning. But the other one, that guy he could go for hours. I'm glad they got rid of his ass finally. But anyway, if you like what we're talking about, remember to come and support the channel. This is how we do it. I want to thank again Queen Evalyne Valente. Oh, Valente. I'm terrible with that name of hers. And Moriba. Thank you guys for the super chat. When you send, you must put this exact name, these 3 names. World Remit is already starting to pressure us. So when you put in the name, you must put just like this, spelled just like this. All 3 names. The phone number is 10 digits, and this is the name. If you put the wrong name or put an I or leave out a name, they're going to reject it. So that's what they're doing nowadays. But unless you want to go, because I guess they gave us an account or something, so it's like it has to be exactly like that, the way it's spelled there. Or I don't know what the problem is. Maybe they're dealing with a lot of drug dealers. But yeah, the policemen walk around on foot. So you can imagine. I ain't ever seen them like they running down, chasing after people. There's no guns here. No guns in Kenya. So everybody's just walking around, not thinking about it. They ain't even in their consciousness, you know, that they would be Moriba, yes, our sisters in the US. Wow. That's a show in itself. Not all of them, but they got a crew. We gotta expose her and then show you how to look out for her. You know what I mean? And watch out for her. As I get older now, I see women, and I can just look at them and see like this woman is hardworking. She's dressed nicely, but she's for herself. She wants to go out and work for herself. Then you have other ones that got the nails done, the hair. She's just beautiful. She's just trying to capture a sucker, and she can capture. Some of them can capture many suckers, and you know we have to young men. We don't think with this brain. We think with the one down there, and before you know, you made a big mistake. I remember when I was growing up and I was 25. I was an athlete, so I was like very strong, like that, and uh, you know, uh, uh, you just could, I needed to have some leg around me all the time because I was always basically horny and wanted to have sex. So you know, uh, you know, I did try to do the right thing. I got a girlfriend, and then I don't know what she was thinking of. I was wearing her out every night. But as an athlete, what I mean, as a black belt martial artist, I'm doing push-ups and sit-ups and jumping jacks every day, just like a aerobics instructor. Then sparring and learning, teaching the techniques. It was wonderful, but it keeps you in great shape more than the average person. So when a woman comes and sees you, uh, some of them can really see that you are different. Ashley Loren, American Brothers too. Yeah, you see, I'm trying to stay off of that topic. I don't want to upset you. That's it. That's a touchy subject, but there are sisters out there, and there are brothers out there. But they all fall into the stigma of being Black American. They don't see themselves as African. And I'm saying that once you decide that you gonna move away from that and be an African, then you're gonna treat your woman with a lot of respect. There are basic African rules on how women are treated. and they are basically followed all through Africa, no matter where country you go to, what tribe. You see the women there. And I know BBC had some bullshit show on there where they had a group of women and they was like, we do all the work. The men just sit around and get smoke and don't do nothing. And that's a damn lie. You know what I mean? Even in my household, I'm sitting there and they dare start talking about, I'm all you do is sit around. We're doing all the work. You don't doing nothing. I'm like, shoot. Man, they say I'm in white. Sometimes I'm sitting there on the couch and I'm just staring into space. And then so my wife would say, what's wrong? And I'm like, ain't shit wrong. It's just that I got this problem, that issue, that got to be taken care of, this got to be done, that got to be done. And I'm running it all through my mind while I'm sitting there. I got to be here. I got to do this. I got to call this person. I got to talk to this person. I know this person's going to talk a lot of shit to me, but I got to be the one to call first. You see? They don't see all of that. All they see is that the wallet opens and mysteriously money pops out. How it got there, they don't care. You know. But that's part of being a man, you know what I mean? So, with all of that pressure, of being a man, the last thing I need is some fucking policeman to pull me over, start talking shit to me, or trying to put a strike on me, or the last thing I need is some white person to tell me, if you don't move out of this area, we're gonna call the police. I'm like, damn, I thought I was an American. But like I told you, you're not American. You are an African. You just don't realize it yet. And when all of these frustrations come, when black people have no recourse after what they do to us, what did they do after they show you the show? Oh, the policeman body slammed the black guy, blah blah blah, took him to jail. What happened after that? They don't go into all of that. You know what I mean? After all of that is over, what do? You're frustrated. But it's the fact of the matter is you're frustrated because you keep falling to the fact that your identity is stuck on Black American. So when you turn on YouTube or when you turn on the news and they start talking about this fucking celebrity show, as if that's gonna help you make money. You understand what I'm saying to you? All it does is waste your time. Every time you turn on the news, look at whatever they're talking about and say, how do that affect me as a black person? Leave about being an African. But how do that even affect me? Tonight at 7, 4 trees broke down and fell on the power line, and electricity was out in 4 counties. 50,000 people left in the dark, in Nebraska. That's what they, and that's the story. And you're looking at this as if this is supposed to be something that's important. And it has nothing to do with the reality of what's happening with black people in America. The fact of the matter is that we're dying off. They're wiping us out slowly. And we sitting around watching the news about Nebraska put 4 counties in Nebraska go without power, 50,000 people in the dark. Like they counted the 50,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's 50,000. No, wait, 50,001, 50,002. You understand what I'm saying? You got to look at the news and the numbers. Tonight there was a major accident on the 405 freeway. 55 car pileup, 17 people injured. There was a motherfucker and that shit happened like 20 minutes ago. So the motherfucker going around the whole pileup, 1 injured person. Are you okay? Okay, you don't count. 2, 3. Hello, yeah, 17. Yeah, wait. Oh, there's another one with a broke leg. Okay, 18. Nobody gives a shit about the numbers. That costs time and money. That person counting them motherfuckers, he He ain't gonna do that shit for free. He want to get paid. So how do a news company office save money? Just pick a number. 15, 17. Yeah, 17 is good. You know? And then you go to another news station and it might be a different number. We live in a world with a identity that is not ours. And it's killing us. And it's killing us. You just can't you just can't continue to ignore this situation because it affects you and you get upset and you wonder what can I do. It's only one thing you can do. I'm telling you now. So 2 years from now, when they're telling you this is it, the solution. But remember, I remember I was telling you the fact back then. It's only one solution. How many times I've been doing this, saying this for 2 years? Only one solution. Only one, not two. One. Take your black ass back to Africa. The policeman gets on your case and gets upset. Get out the car and just go start walking. Where are you going? You start walking southeast. He said, the policeman said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going back to fucking Africa. I'm going back to my homeland. I'm tired of this American nonsense. You can have it. You see? Take your U.S. ID and flip it to him. Take it. Because I don't identify with that anymore." Now you run over into Africa and you're like, okay, now what am I going to do? But you got the mindset of an American. So you think job, you think they're going to pay me a certain salary. Do you think like, okay, I'm going to do this and they're going to, this is part of the lie of America. When I was in corporate America, there was so much wastage. You know, they're paying us a big amount of money to do basically nothing. And I'm like, all through corporate, I was seeing this and I'm like, man, you know, all of this wastage. We this have companies this so they can hire people, make them look like they something. Some of you got jobs like that. You got jobs where they're paying you, and like your job only makes you work like 50% of the time. You know, really if they really like add it all up and condense it, you're working like 2 hours a day instead of like 6, 7 hours a day. Half of the time you're there waiting for work. So you think so you think oh wait a minute, I got a well, you guys are giving me some hard names. Daldo Murua. Thank you for the support, my brother or my sister. Do Murua. You see? It's very easy. The world we meet, you can follow through and pay like that, and we don't have African. I mean, we don't have the regular super chat. That should they take 30 cents. You send 100, they take 30. YouTube in itself. Monetizing your channel, there's so many things you can't talk about, but I can just be free. I can just be free to talk like the way I want. You know. I don't know. Are you guys sending me double the money or what's that, man? I appreciate that. Uh, what time is it? Are you sending more money, more support, uh, Moriba? Wow. Oh, thank you. You see, That's what I'm talking about. You want to get on this show, we're gonna keep this show going. But I want to get back to my point. So you fly, so you get over into Africa. You're frustrated. Okay, I'm an African. I'm gonna go to Africa. Now you're in Africa, and you got this mindset of America where you think like, job, pay, check, and then go home, pay bills, and kick it with the family. That's not the way it works in Africa. In Africa, the key word is people do hustle. You don't see them like sweating and flipping. My wife, when she goes out to hustle, she just gets up in the morning, eats a nice breakfast, relax, makes a few phone calls, then walks down to the salon, sits in there, and then the customer come, and she moves slowly. Okay, how you want your hair done? Or what kind of work you want to do? Fine, I want it like this. Okay, fine. Then it ain't like, when I say hustle, I'm not like saying it's like, you got to be running and sweating. But I'm saying that's a hustle. So through that, she just slowly she makes money from clients, and then business continues. Some of you have seen the salon, and we have a temporary structure, and we use the temporary structure because when you have a permanent structure, you fall yourself into a lot of different um, uh, licenses with the government, in the KRA, which is the IRS of Kenya. So we avoid all that by being a temporary structure, and we don't have to pay a lot of these kind of fees and things like that. So it's not like we want to build up a nice salon. Every day she always tries to tell me, "Oh, I'm making a nice salon. I'm gonna do all these nice things." That's not what brings people to the salon. That Africans are conservative. You give them good prices, and they're gonna be there. You know what I mean? So and when the other person hustles in there and says, "Oh, she's got like 5 customers. Let me open up a salon right next door, and see if I can get 2 or 3 of those customers from her." And they do that. They're doing that. You see, that's the hustle in Africa. So when you come over here, you got to come with the mindset of, you're gonna have to move and work. You got to keep yourself busy, and I guarantee you, you keep yourself busy and active, looking for things to do, you're gonna start making money. You can't help but do that. But don't think that you're gonna come here and you're gonna send up, here's my resume. I want to interview for this position. No, Africa is not like that. Okay, if it was like that, then you might as well stay in America. When you're coming home, you're gonna see a lot of things you didn't realize, and you've been brainwashed into certain type of thinking, and you can't help yourself. But this take time. Thank God I've been here for 22 years. I can now see this to the point where I can explain it to you, where I'm hopefully making sense to you. Somebody was saying, "Oh, remember, I don't have a college degree. That's why he talked like he got a high school." Okay, that's not the case, man. Shit, I got lots of degrees, and I'm not lots of degrees, but I came up very literate. You see what I'm saying? There's times when I had to play with the dictionary and flip it through the pages and point to a word, and I knew the word. I used to do that. I used to do for fun. I knew every word that open up the dictionary. But what happens is you get older and you slow down. So when you see me talking in this way, it's not because I don't have an education. It's because I'm older. You know what I mean? So you just kind of, I don't know, you kind of lose it. I mean, the way you're thinking, that's just part of becoming older. You know what I mean? But imagine the amount of wealth. How many people have had and asked me a question, and then I can spring into the answer because there's a guy. I got a big database back here, with information, but I can't be remembering all of that information now. I'm older. But somebody say, "Alma, can you talk about strategic jobs in Africa?" And then I can come right to life. Oh, it's like this and like this and like this, and then in 2002 I was doing this and this, and I can come up with all of that information. And that is one of the beautiful things about this channel. You have me here, not like my other content providers. Some of them are young, and I know they don't have a lot of information, and they just based off of their feelings, and they talk about things that from other channels, but not here. I'm showing you the reality of the situation. You know, when I'm telling you, when you come to Africa, it's a hustle. It's gonna take you some time. You're gonna think you got your own idea what hustle means, and then you're thinking you're running around sweating, gotta run here, run there. No, take time for you to get what I'm saying. I'm saying you're gonna be busy when you come to Africa. It ain't about get that one employer to say, yeah, you're hired, and then you're like, whoo, got a job now, I'm okay. No, it's not. That's American life. If you wanted the American life, go stay there in America and woo, get that job, then watch them fuck you over after 4 or 5. Every four years or 5 years, they fire black people. I don't know why. For no reason, or make them lose their job. Because they got a memorandum there saying that no black man will have a job more than 5 years so we can keep him continually unstable. Can't raise his family. And for sure, without black community, how come black men raise our families? How can we get a girl and she get pregnant, she got a baby? I'm running around buying diapers, I'm running around buying clothes and shoes, all to show that I'm okay. I'm paying. That's what they want you to see. They don't care about you raising the kid. In fact, if you try to raise the kid properly, the police would take the kid from you and throw you in jail. Only thing they want to know is how much money are you paying? You see? So your baby's mama call you on the phone. Their kid got this problem and this issue, need this much money. Can you send some money? And you gotta pay. That's American life. And African life is different. Just get your hustle on in the area of family. What you gonna do? Like there's all these big booty, beautiful African women running around here. They don't have no clue of what they want to do. But you find the right one, and she sits around, and you do your little Mac Daddy job on her, and shit, you find she's very easily uh, taken in. And you're like, wow, but you didn't take the time to know what tribe she is. You didn't take the time to find out what type of family background she have. You didn't find out where her education level is and why it didn't go further than it did. There's a lot of issues there that you young guys are gonna make. But I'm here to help you. If the girl ain't got a Form 4 high school diploma and she's African, then you in trouble down the line. You see? But a black man coming into Africa, the first thing he see that body, and he's like, you just go crazy. Oh, this is my girl. This is my girl. I meet my girl. Oh yeah, my girl, my girl, my girl. Come on. The girl can't read or write, but she got a body like boom, like Beyonce, better than Beyonce. And I can see what you. This is my girl. And I can see what you're saying. This is my girl. This is my girl. But come time to make some critical family decisions, your girl ain't gonna be able to do nothing but sit there and look at you. Put more pressure on you. You see? There's too many of them out there. Take your time, look around. So you get the real good one. Smart, strong family background. She got like 4 brothers looking at your neck, putting the pressure on you and accepting you, and then boom. Honey, I went to the doctor. Oh, they don't go to the doctor. Honey, I missed my period. Damn. 3, 4, 5 days later, your period come? No. You just can't believe it. Then one day she walk in the room, honey, I think I'm pregnant. And for sure, the bump is on the road, is on the way. You all happy, you all good, because she's there with you every minute. That means, she pregnant now, she gonna be with you. So you all good. You can go out and hustle but home life is now, that's taken care of. Ain't no African guy gonna come here fooling with somebody's pregnant woman. That's in America they do that shit. You know, fuck your best friend's girlfriend, and then post that shit on social media. There's guys, I remember when I was coming up, they're just predator guys, predators. Just go around, find somebody that got a woman, and then try to break that relationship, take it over. I think that happened to me when I was at 109. And I was like, that's just sick. But I threw the guy, shit, take her, because I didn't really want her. Take her. And, at the end of the day, they didn't even last. Oh, Mariba, you graduating high school next year. Well, you got a wonderful life. You get this information right now. You're in a good position. Emmanuel Mills. Hey, brother, how are you? Good to see you. We just here chopping it up and discussing about now the transition over to Africa. When they frustrate you and you see you have your only one solution, and then you come and then you're like, okay, Iman told me to come here. Now I'm here, and where's the money? How am I make money? And I'm telling you, the key word is hustle. Don't go looking for a job. Don't go over that resume. Look for where there's money being made and try to get your ass somehow in there. Start like that, not like somebody gonna give you a job then you set. No, that's that fake shit in America where they make you believe like there's such thing as a permanent employment. There's no such thing as secure employment. I told you this now. So once you understand all these concepts I'm giving you, it should be able to change your thinking so that you can start thinking correctly. You're not a Black American. You're an African. You got your own country. You can go to any country in Africa, and like the brother said here, they're gonna say, "Welcome home, brother." You got a great ticket as a Black man when you come back home to Africa. You got a great ticket. You got a ticket. Black man from America status is wonderful because you can go to any African country you want and they will accept you. My God. You know how many white people and how many negative ass niggas is out there talking about that? They don't want to see us and we're different from them. You're not different from them. They saying, welcome home, brother. Boom. I came to Kenya and welcome home, brother. Damn. Talking to me? Yes. Took me a while to get the feeling of it. You know? But after a year being here, shit. They talking about, well, why don't you go home? I ain't got the ticket and everything to go back to America, visit the family. But I was like, what the fuck am I see when I get there? I'm gonna land in my cousin's house. Maybe I come in the evening, we sitting there talking with my bags. I'm tired. He's got to go to work in the morning. We talk a bit. We ain't seen each other in decades and years. We ain't even that close when we was together, so we don't even know nothing. And then he goes wake up in the morning and he's gone to work. Kids gone to school. It's just me in the house watching soap operas all day. You know? And that's American life. I go running around down to Burger King. Not Burger King, but In-N-Out Burger. I'll find me one, eat. And then walk around and look at the people. And I'll be like, shit, too many white people around. You know what I mean? I'm not used. Then I see the police cars running right. Oh, shit, I remember them. They're looking at me sideways because I'm looking all out of place now. You know? So that would be the life if I would have went back. But instead, I did one of the things I ever did in my life. I took all that money and I invested in going to 6 African countries and going in and doing the work, asking the people, what's up? This is where you live. How do you survive? And it's the same everywhere. Everybody's on the hustle. They see me. They think I got money. They on the hustle. Let me see if I can get some money from this Black American guy. That's not like, oh, let me see if I can take his money. No. They're saying like, how can I work with him on his whatever idea he has, where I can support him and he can see value in my support and pay me money. That's how the African think. So we Black Americans, we just got to get the point that when you come here, it's different. It's not the same as an American. You can't come with American concepts and ideas. And when they say "Welcome home, brother," damn, you got any. You can choose any country you want. And then on top of that, if you don't like that country, you can go to another country and they're gonna say "Welcome home, brother." They hate that. Our enemies hate that fact that the African is. If the white black man come into Africa and see that the African go "Welcome home, brother," they hate that. Damn, that guy now he's been exposed. You see? That's Kelly. Yes, ma'am. How are you? Haru Tau. Too. No need to hold back to America. It's boring. Too many cops. Yes, and another thing about that, in the 1960s, there was less than 1,000 SWAT policemen. But today, every city, even small cities, have a SWAT team where they have military equipment ready to go on any incident. So many times SWAT was supposed to be used for like extensive things where robbers come in, but then nowadays they use it for any kind of incident. Home uh, home invasions. They use it for looking for warrants. People that have warrants, they use the SWAT like that, and it's a militarization of the police. What kind of country is that? And a place where guns are just rampant, the murder capital of the world. Like I said in the other video, they took 1 minute and 46 seconds to discuss about the shooting in Kansas City at the nightclub. 18 people was shot. Some 3 people murdered. You know, 2 people. That's what they say. But once you get an African mindset, you come back and you step back and you see all of this nonsense. You know, all these news reports, all these entertainment things they're giving you is just like, how do it help you make money? You go to your job every day, do your job, and they pay you. That don't that don't increase your ability to make money. That's how they just block you in. You're looking for a raise, kind of thing. That's ridiculous. But anyway, uh, once again, don't forget to support the channel. And once again, when you write the name, you must put all 3 names exactly the way it's spelled here for the submit to go through. World Remit seems to be giving us a little bit of trouble. So when you don't put the correct name there, they start having issues. But like I said, we got a beautiful thing here where you see those people uh, like Mariba and Evalyne, they sent that money and whoop, it's outside the United States. It's in Africa now. So it's like you're investing in Africa. If you was in America and you super chat, then that money go right to YouTube. And see, right into the US. Right there to the government, right there to pay cop salaries, right there for them to come harass you more, militarize more policemen, you know, and that's a shame. So when you hear, that's why I try to say, there's so many things that can be done here, and you guys have money. When I say you have money, I mean I don't mean like you rich, but I'm saying right now, while the exchange rate is the way it is, when you send $4 or $5, it's big money when it gets here. You know what I mean? That's a good chunk of change when it transfers over to Kenyan money. So don't think like, oh, I don't want to support him with only $5, but shoot, that's 500 shillings. That lasts me the whole day, as far as breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then some. So yeah, I can't give you the perspective. We do another show on that on how the money works, but when you come to Africa, some of you guys are going to be coming on the 7 day exploratory trip. It's still available. You got to pay $40 now to register for the trip, and you can't be shirking and jiving. You got to be serious. So if you want to go on the trip and you want, because we're making this the lowest price trip, 19.99. Everybody's looking at us and saying, what kind of trip can this man give for 19.99? Plane fare, direct flight, major hotels, staying in the best hotels, you know, first class ride on the train, on the SGR train. This is things that we're doing, and we're trying to make it as inexpensive as possible. And people are watching this and see how it's going to go. And so it's up to all of us to make this first trip a success, not give me a lot of black headache. I know when you're dealing with money and black folks, can be difficult, but so far so good. I think we have about total on both the exploratory trip and the martial art trip. I think we have around 20 people that I'm seeing that's going to make this trip. Now, there's a lot more that are registered and running around, and I'm going. But time is running out. They're going to have to come down and pay that booking fee, and that's going to separate the men from the liars. And yes, Ashley Lauren, I wish you was on this trip. I just got to see you. But the next one, if this one is a success, the next one, I'm sure I'm going to see you. Yes, I'm gonna give you a big hug, and then we're going to Africa, go see, and then you go around for a few days, and then you'll see me. I'll be smiling. You walk up to me. Either you're gonna hug me because you found that Africa is everything I was saying, or you're gonna slap me because I lied. I'll be like, "Oh, Ashley, what's that? Why you slap? You lied. Africa is bad. Oh, school. That's another thing. And that's the last thing I'm gonna talk about before we get off of here. We, as you guys, as African Americans, are being brainwashed into believing that you gotta take out loans to put your kids in college. It's nothing unless you got, nothing unless your kid is in college. That's the thing. And many of us are trying to put our kids in the most best schools we possibly can, so that we can go around and say, my kid is at Westchester. My kid is going to Babylonian some oddball school. So this is the thing. Oh, Haru, you want to go on a trip, but you have a problem with the payment method. Okay. Well, you want to go to, let me see if I can put it in here. Okay, let me. If you're interested in going on a trip, uh, trip, contact Keith Young. He's in the U.S. He's the correspondent in the U.S. at 1310. I hope I got this right. 877-7102. Hope that's the right number. Somebody call him in. If it's the wrong number, let me know. There. Also, you guys supported me, and we bought a website. Nobody really wants to talk about our website, but it's been updated. Uh, Black people for modern Africa. Hope.com. Let's see. Hope it's gonna work. Someone run that through and see if it's working. Tell me. But you get the point. Black people for modern Africa. Oh, I put a comma instead of Oh, you spoke to him already. Well, what happened? Then you should be getting that shit working. Because if you can't do World Remit, they got Cash App now, and yeah, so many guys are having those kind of issues. You know, money in America. I don't know. You guys are still done running around dealing in cash in America. What's going on? That's just old news. Even in Africa, we got a moneyless society. So if you talk to Keith, then you should be on your way, man. I think that might work. Uh, okay, when you say do banks loan money to, okay, there's more development going on in Africa than ever before. The GDP in Kenya is like 6%. The GDP in the U.S. is like 2%. Never went above 2% since even when Obama was in office. So the matter of maximum of development is great. You don't get development without banks loaning money, and because banks, there's no racism here in Africa. Banks loan you money based on you and what you can show them. Show them how your hustle is working. So yeah. Well, hey, Ru, if you're talking to Keith Young, they'll find a solution. Even if you got to put the money in an envelope and FedEx it. So the bank account has been, there has already been, the bank account has been open. Soon we'll be giving out the account number so you can do a bank transfer, and you're all good. So, you know, I wouldn't see like the money issue is why you can't go. Maybe it's psychological reason that you want to use the money as I can't get the money. I can't get the money there. Then that's not even a problem because so many people come up with it. Yeah, you know, you got. I'm not. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny or sarcastic, but I'm saying seriously when it comes to coming to Africa. I don't know if you've been to Africa before. Uh, there's a mental situation that you got to deal with. Like here I have my instructor who was going. He was all excited, going, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah." Then when they told him that this is what you got to pay, he turned around and just said, "I can't go because I got bills." You know. And I mean, he was the one to make a video saying about how excited he was about going. But now he say, I gotta pay my bills. I can't go because I can't afford to pay my bills and go at the same time. See, there's a lot of psychological issues there that could be that we'd have to deal with. So I wanted this hip you guys to that. Each person deals with it as an individual. Please don't go around saying I'm around saying I really don't. I'm lying. I really don't want to go. I really want to go, but. If you really want to go, you be your ass to be going. So you got to really kind of dig down, soul search on really what's the hold up. You know, you got to figure that out because you be so excited to go. I won't go this time, but I'll go the next time, and then you see the next time coming. I won't make that time. But you're not dealing with the serious issue. So anyway, okay. If you don't go on the trip, you can go to Ghana. Well, that's good. If you got money to travel, great. Karibu, Africa, and I was hoping we get a chance to meet two African sisters at my job said the same thing. Kenya's good is the strongest on the continent. Yeah. As I was trying to show in that earlier video, I mean, you just can't see. I'm sorry, it was maybe have been too dark, but the amount of industries and things that are growing into this country is phenomenal. Even here where I'm at, I can see the changes. But you see now, I'm standing on the road, looking at the street that I used to look at in 1996 when there was Disco 2000 and you know Red Rooster Club there. And wow, I look around now, everything is basically changing. But the hustle is still there. People are still moving around, walking, going from place to place, and that's what we got to get the point as far as the difference between making money in Africa and making money in the United States. Here you got to hustle. Okay, that's how you make money in Africa. If you can get that concept, what I'm trying to explain to you, then you'll be well on your way. Should be excited because all you know is you come here and you figure out where people making money and you just trying to wiggle your way in there. Excuse me. So you got a lot of money in your hand, passing it out. Well, what's up? What's this? Oh, this is a transport situation where we pay these guys to go out and take packages to these certain factories and companies. And they be like, well, I want to do that. You know, say, what you got a funny accent. Where you from? I'm from the U.S., man. Black American. From Greenville, Kenya, man. Listen, I can give you a spot. Take this package and I'm gonna pay you 500 bulb. Take this package to this place and this place. Can you do it? And you're like, hell yeah. And you go and you take the package now, you deliver it, and then what do? Go home? No, man, you go back to the guy and you say, that was easy, man. Anytime you need me, I'm there. Call me. This is my phone number. Blah 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 blah. Get your hustle on. Get your hustle on. Before you know it, you in. You met that guy. That guy becomes a friend. This other guy becomes a friend. And next thing you know, you in somewhere where there's money being made. That is the difference of the life in Africa and the life in the United States. But the problem is, the United States life is going down, down, down. You know, you can't even make enough money on one job. You gotta have two jobs just to survive. So I don't know what's gonna happen. And when somebody tell you that your kids are gonna be poorer than you were, my God, what do the future hold? I wonder. Anyway, if you like the show, as far as the 7-day exploratory trip, if you can see that, freeze that camera, and then if you can see the information on it. Ooh, ooh. I think, yeah, Keith Young's phone number is right there. Just give him a call, keep him busy, and I'm sure he can work out the details for you to join us. The more people we get, the better. Of course, that's the case, but I don't want no big number. Then I can't handle it. That make it, you'd be looking for the big numbers, and then that thing turn out to be a nightmare. 50 people coming around, you got to do this and that. No, so I really wanted it to be like 10, 15 of us, and we just be like a little small group having fun. You know, but until the fees are all paid, that's when you know who's really going to be on the trip and who is just joking. So we're always ready to take in new people that are ready to come in and get serious and go on a trip. 7 days. You can extend the trip if you want, but all your needs will be met: food, transport, hotel. All those things will be taken care of for you, so you can just be relaxing and moving around Kenya and seeing it for yourself. So April 30th to May 7th. Yeah, I don't know if you've been to Africa before, but yeah, we're trying to be ahead of schedule in every which way possible. So it's just that we had deadlines, and then people like after the deadline, here come the black people. Oh, I still want to go. Oh, it's too late. So God bless it, but we just gotta kind of accommodate for them. It's the way some of us are. Yes, we're taking the members to Mombasa by train, first class. They get a ride through the national park, something that You see, the SGR just started yesterday, so these tourist companies they haven't had a chance to measure it in and use it. And then the airlines are like pissed off because they're taking away business from the airlines. So 5 hour trip on the train is a wonderful experience because how many photos are you going to see? I mean, in 5 minutes you hear you see like a large landscape and you see wild animals and elephants, and then another hour later you're seeing rivers, and then another hour later you're seeing like people planting crops and doing things like that, and then another hour later you see like wildlife bush. When you see them thorny bushes, anytime an elephant can pop out of nowhere. And the train is unique as it has one of the highest pillars in Africa. So I think they go. I don't can't know the number, how high they are, like 30 liters above the sky. So you're on a train and you looking, and then you look down and it's like, wow, almost like you're flying, and you be, you see, and you get down to Mombasa, your camera be full. But if you was taking the plane, like I said, you'd just be taking a picture of you, selfie. Maybe you gotta get the engine on there showing that you're on a flight, which could be delayed, and then you know that's it. You don't see nothing about what between Nairobi and Mombasa. But the train ride is important, I believe, so that you can get the perspective. You see the video I put out where we were just going through the motions uh, coming up into Nairobi, but there is a much more wonderful uh, scene when you're taking the SGR high speed train. So uh, yeah, I'm hoping that guys will like it. Of course, I did a trip one time where I was like, you're gonna go to 6 African countries, you're gonna go on the bus, and they rejected that. They were like, I don't want to sit on no bus all day, But I think if they would have actually rode on the bus and saw all the beauty of Africa, see, like I know the landscape between here and Darussalam, between Darussalam and oh man, and Malawi, and Malawi and Zimbabwe, yeah, Zimbabwe. I know all the landscape. I see how what goes on between them, and I can tell you that it's basically the same. These things of like Zimbabwe, Malawi, these different countries, that don't mean shit. The people are still the same. They wear their congas, they make they right, they crush their things in the evening. They just live the same normal life. They don't care about it what border is, this and that. They follow their tribe. So, and yeah, okay, Haru, then check out the website. It's been updated, and we'd love to have you on the trip. Because if you go to Ghana, you might have a nice time, but you really won't see a lot. You don't have no high speed railway to drive you from one major city to the next city. You know what I mean? And you don't have that major beach. Number one beach in Africa is where you'll be landing, and you'll have your hotel right there on that beach. So when you go outside on the beach, you're looking at the most beautiful and number one rated beach in all of East Africa. And you see like you see on TV where you see all these, they show you African beaches, you saw the ocean. They always show that even around the world. But funny thing, you don't see people in the water. You know, you don't see people in the water. But what they don't tell you is that they got laws and rules that say you ain't supposed to be in that water at any time because the current will suck you under and take you away. Even in Africa, they did. But in Mombasa, the beach is, if you go out 400 meters, I don't know far, there is a reef. A reef is like a collection of giant rocks that just grow naturally. And this reef cuts off the waves. So you got like a beach atmosphere, but it's like a lake situation where, the water is just calm. And that's why it's rated the number one beach. And when you go there, you're going to see like 400, 500 people at the beach. 400, 500, no, thousands and thousands, and thousands of people just running around, having a great time in the water with their kids. You start to walk around and you start seeing people that are coming to the beach for the first time. They're dressed in their fucking regular clothes. They don't even know what a swimsuit is. And they're getting in the water for the first time. You could just experience that with them. Little kids getting in the water, they're crying, and when the water rush up to their feet, oh, I don't want to take a bath, mommy. But it's beautiful. You know, I did a video with two brothers uh, at the Pirates Beach, and you guys can see those things. You and this is what I'm trying to get you guys to experience. No, everybody when they do a trip, they're gonna try to do their own personal thing and try to make think like, okay, people gonna like this. And I had to be very careful, of course. Like I said, I learned my lesson the last time when I tried to do that, and say, okay, what would they go for and what would they not go for? And so we've been very meticulous as far as putting a trip together that not only gives you uh, some good insight and to learn about the people that's with you on your trip, but also give you a lot of free time to go explore on your own throughout the area. You know, so people are going to see their different experiences. How far you travel away? Some of you might want to go to Malindi, and you're like, ah, man, is it possible? Can we go to Malindi? I'm like, shit, go across the road. You see a Nissan there, and then stand there, and the guy goes like, Malindi, Malindi, Malindi. Just get in that Nissan, pay $4, yeah, and in an hour you'll be in Malindi. You get out the Nissan, then you get out the Nissan, you're in Malindi. Like, damn, you know, I don't know nobody, I don't know where to go, but I'm in Malindi. You go, so I'm sure wherever you walk around, you're gonna see a whole somebody got a hotel. They smart. They put a hotel with a hotel sign. Hotel. You go there. You got rooms. Yeah. How much is the rooms? The rooms are $12 per night. You go in the room and it's like, okay, this is African. So I don't expect it to be like the Ritz Hotel. And the toilet is working. There's water, running water. Good, good, good. Our bed is nice. Then you walk around Malindi. You know. Then you go to where the Nissans are and be like, Mombasa, Mombasa, Mombasa. You like, hey, I want to go with you. Get in $400. 400 shit. $4, and then he takes you back to Mombasa. That's African life all day long. So simple. Take it all day. You know, the hustle is on. When the Nissan is full of people, that one goes, and another empty one comes, and they wait. People come in, and then that one goes. It's like that. Very. It's been like that for decades and centuries. People know what they're doing. You know, how long does it take to go from Mombasa to Zanzibar in a car? Well, that'd be very difficult since since Zanzibar is an island, so you might have some problems. Zanzibar is for Jerusalem, and right now Jerusalem is charging. I was told I don't know what some something I don't know something like $400 for a visa for Americans. I don't know what's going on uh, with that country right now. But this has been told to me by somebody that just went, and yeah, so going into Jerusalem and these places like that, they're, they're still charging us. So I don't get to get charged like that. But you guys with your American passports, it can be uh, pretty tricky. So right now Tanzania is having this deal, but let's hope that in the future they relax on us. Well, in the future they probably will never relax on American visa for Americans. You see when you go there and they tell you that's the amount of money, they're not seeing you as a black person. They're seeing you as an American. So that's why they're charging. And I guess there are black white people that are gonna pay that money. So you get caught up in all of that going on in Tanzania right now. So uh, don't bring too much just because you want to bring the real back with you. Yeah, don't bring too much. The more less you bring, the more you're gonna hustle. Yeah, you bring one pair of pants and you be like, okay, I gotta get some other trousers. I gotta make some money. I've seen guys come here with crazy money. Half a million shillings. Whoop, money gone. Guy come here and they said, I don't know what happened. I looked up and I don't know where I spent 30,000 Kenya shillings, 3,000 US dollars, 300,000. Yeah, $3,000. He just wouldn't do it like that. We don't even remember what happened. And that was that's why he sat down with me and I was trying to explain to him. I have a house in Kilifi, just 1 kilometer from the beach. I always enjoy going there every morning. I used to go and exercise. AKA, yeah, man, nothing like running on the beach in the morning. I used to live on the beach, and I used to go jogging on the beach. And I remember, woo wee, I was running on the beach, and I saw the most beautiful black woman I have seen in my entire life. And she was looking into she was in a bikini, and she was looking in the water, and I'm like, what's going on, She said, I lost my 20 shillings. And I'm like, I looked at that body and it was flawless. And she's just rushing and moving her feet around in the water looking for 20 ball. And right then it was like I could get this girl 20 shillings, take her to lunch, do this, do that, I mean, she was the full package. And I'm like, right there, I just got scared. And I was like, this must be some sort of a trick, because ain't nobody look that damn good. And why is she by herself in the middle of the beach? you know. But that's Africa for you. You'll see. You have your own life experiences, I'm happy for each one of you that can come on the trip and make these experiences and see for yourself. But yeah, look at Ashley. You see, Ashley, every time I talk about women, you start laughing. Why are you doing that? You too, Lance Kelly. What's that? You girls are just watching. I know you. I don't know if you guys are. I don't know if you guys are feminists or what. I don't even know what the feminist thing is. I have been away for a long time, so I'm here in Africa where the men is the men, so and the women are the women. There are women here that run and control households, and some of them they some few of them have mouths, and their mouths get them in trouble. And one thing, like an African man, don't like a woman that talk too much. And you know, he won't go, bitch, what the fuck? He won't do like that. He'll just be like, you'll be calling him and he won't be answering the phone. And then after about a month, you will come to slowly realize the guy doesn't like me. That's the that's the life. So it's great experiences here. And when you see all these situations and you come to say, why is it like this? Why is it? And Lance Kelly, I'm a guy. Oh, why I always think Lance, Lance. Okay, Lance Kelly, I'm sorry. I've been thinking like you was a woman. Cause see you right there behind Ashley laughing. So I'm like, okay, Lance. Now I know who you are. What's up, bro? I have a niece called Kelly, so that's another thing that throws me off. And you guys are not putting down like you just put like Lance Kelly. You don't put like Lance Kelly, man, 27 years of age. You know, then I have to assume it's all good. Okay, sorry about that, Lance Kelly. Anyway, Nakuru, Kenya is high altitude. I would have loved to to take this trip into Nakuru too, where you guys could see the Rift Valley and see the wonders of Kenya. But that's going to have to be another time. That is, I tried to fit it in, but it's just not possible. But I think that those people that overstay or stay longer than the 7 days, definitely I recommend that you go to Nakuru. You just go to the Nakuru Nissans and the guys there, Nakuru, 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 Nairobi, Nairobi, Nairobi. You jump in the Nairobi Nissan. You think you paid $3. Poop. He drops you at Nairobi. You go to the wall. You look over the wall and you just see like land, then another level of land, and another level till you can't see till it becomes blurry. And then you take a lot of pictures. And then they got some shops there, and you do a lot of uh, shopping for different memorabilia, and then that's the Naivasha. Then you want to continue to Nakuru. That's like a mini Nairobi. You get into Nakuru town, and it ain't no joke, man. That streets is packed full. People is hustling. In fact, I think they hustle more in Nakuru than they do in Nairobi. You know. Yeah, man, you chocolate sister, you young guy, you be careful. If you would have been you, you probably be with that chick today. It's just that me, I was like, there's nobody this beautiful. I start looking around, it's just me and her. And I'm like, these must got some big buck guys coming out ready to come out the bush and knock me in the head. Or she was gonna tell me, uh, she coach me to say, oh, can we go to this particular spot here where I can relax and get my clothes? And then I go there and then, wow, get knocked in the head. No, that is American thinking. You can understand. Some of you guys are like, yeah, that could be true. That's not true in Africa. There ain't no thugs come in and knock you in the head. Okay, there might be some that rare. But really, I sincerely, that chick was, in actuality, it's just a natural thing. I mean, you can go to the beach today and find these kind of sisters, even guys. So, you know, uh, this is another one of the amazing things about Africa. For young guys, it's just going to be a real big problem when you're trying to get that right, trying to get their mind right off of them beautiful sisters. And then, you know, there was a saying that's in Africa: you can't make a hoe a housewife. You can't make a hoe a housewife. And so most African men know this. So when they're dealing with a woman, a professional woman, they can have all kind of great fun, have a great time with her and everything like that. But they know better than to try to look like, oh man, it's my girl. Oh man, I want to be with her every night. You're making a mistake. So even for her, you know, she might just be thinking about making money, but then you start talking about it. You can have a family, you can here's your home, you can just relax. No more going out in the streets at night, and that might be what they really like to do. So that's the thing. Anyway, we've been here for 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's good, and I want to thank you guys for supporting the channel. I want to see one more person support the channel. Where is that paper? Oh, you guys have found a way to take the paper up from me, huh? You don't like that paper. Did I put it back in here? Or was it here? Mm. Okay, you guys made me lose that paper. But support the channel through worldremit.com or go to blackpeopleformodernafrica.com. Tell me what you think about the website and tell me what we can add to it. And do you guys have bowling alleys in Kenya? Yeah, there's a bowling alley. One. That's something like, and we because of the way that people are here. I think really a roller rink would really great. It's just put together nicely. Because Africans, all they do is their pastime is drinking, and there's really nothing else to do when you come around here at night. It's like just drink. And when you're a teenager, what do? Where you go? You know, go to these clubs, and then somebody starts putting out alcohol, and then a bunch of guys start acting a fool, youngsters. But something like a roller rink, dun, 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 where people can sit around and be watched, and dance, and roller skate, put some other things out there, some pool tables and what. Anybody that got money that want to invest in that, I'm always ready to sit down. I can really sit down and tell you this will work and that won't work. And this information I have is so valuable because you come as a foreigner, you don't know the people, you don't know the situation, you just think like I'm gonna put it like American standards and everybody gonna run to it. They won't run to it. The pricing got to be right, definitely more than anything. Pricing, pricing, pricing. When it's got that right, you'll get people. When you start getting like loads of people, then there you go. Because the population is increasing so fast, before one generation gets too old and tired of it, the next one will be there. Man, you guys really took that paper, huh? Okay. Well, this is Grandmaster Amara coming to you live from Nairobi, Kenya. I think we had a good show today. I want to thank you guys again for the support. It's your support that makes me get up and make these videos. And I promise you that I promised earlier that I was going to go around to. I'm having some meetings today, and I'm going to try to see if I can do a live feed from the meeting. Definitely, you can see some of the powerful movers and shakers in Kenya. These guys are the top people in the martial arts, and we're going to have some probably now. We have a big meetings, and then in the middle of the meetings, there are going to be drinks and maybe some food, and then we're gonna crack some jokes and laugh, and that's the African way. It's not like a meeting where everybody's in suit and tie, everybody's standing there. Johnson, what do you think? Oh, sir, well, I think that whatever you say, sir. Nothing like that. Everybody's in danger of losing their job. It's nothing like that. So it's just the happy life, that life that you really want to look for when you say, "I want to be free." And I hope you guys look at it and don't say, "Oh, Master Ra's a drunkard. He's a, you know, who was that? I was a drunkard." Somebody had bought me a beer. I didn't even finish it. And I'm sitting there on the video with a beer, and I wasn't about to drink that nasty ass beer. And people saw that and got the wrong impression and things like that. I'm here to tell you that if you're going to do business in Africa, a lot of it's going to be evolved around drinking. In Kenya, maybe in other countries, the African countries, they might taboo it a bit. But in Kenya, up to midnight, drinking and discussion. You can make some of the best deals is done at the bar. Okay? So if somebody order you, what do you want to drink? I want to give me a soda. Ah, okay. I was doing that too. It don't work. They just don't trust you. So you gotta get into that. You know what I mean? It ain't like you eat smoking weed all day long, and some of the heroin that's going on in the country, this is disastrous what they're doing to us. Nobody want to talk about the new virus that's going around in America. If that shit was in Africa, you guys be like all over the place. I mean, how can we go there and if that's coronavirus is killing everybody? Oh, Africa is a terrible place. It's dirty. Now it's in America, but you don't say that about America. Go down to Chicago. You ain't saying that Chicago's a dirty place. That's why the virus is being able to spread. No, 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 no. You don't say that. Here go a major epidemic of virus in America, but who's talking about that? They pretend like that shit don't exist. You know what I mean? And there goes your whole thing of, well, I think America is not that bad. I don't think America's that bad. You start thinking about looking back in your mind, like what kind of news articles did they say that was bad? No, but you see, shit, it's all bad. So this is Grandmaster Ama saying peace and yeah, Hebrew too. Don't drink, but if you're gonna do business in Africa, you're gonna have to drink. Okay, you don't have to drink, but I'm saying that's gonna be. You'll see. That's all I can say. Come on. I don't smoke. Nobody's smoking. That's a nasty ass habit, even in Africa. Nobody likes it. I don't know why. There's few people that still trying to keep it going. It's just a joke. But damn, I only drink Coke and Fanta. Well, in these serious meetings, I'm not talking about like 50 people. This is like 6, 7 people. You've seen that it's gonna pop out. But anyway, let me get off this chat. Since Ashley is leaving, there's no reason for me to be here. And until the next time we meet, I think we're gonna have another video in a few hours. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe. Click the like button and subscribe to keep us strong as far as the analytics are concerned. Otherwise, peace. Emmanuel Mills, peace. KK, peace. Moriba, peace. Hebrew, peace. Ashley, peace.